All right, so we've actually been saying a lot, right? So, but what kind of marriage do you look forward to? What kind of environment do you look forward to? Mm.
Personally, what I always ask God for is a marriage where I have a woman
Okay.
that look up to me as someone
Okay.
she can follow, because
Okay.
this is the core value. This is the most important thing for me when it comes to picking a partner. Someone that can look up to me and see me as somebody that can lead her. Yes.
Okay.
So once I can get that in place, it gives me that liberty. It gives me that boldness, the courage to know that this woman is willing and ready to follow me. So I will do everything in my power to lead my home well.
Okay.
Yes.
So let me put it this way. Um do you really look out there and see a generation of singles that are ready to follow?
Looking, using our optical eyes to look, it will be difficult to picture that because of the menace that has uh, flooded our world today, because of the expectations of so many in the world today. There's a lot of things that has drifted the heart of people when it comes to a kingdom marriage.
Let's say sisters.
Yes, to sisters, because some of the expectation of sisters now are something that will blow your mind. Let me
Hmm.
use that word.
Can you
Because
give us insight into a few
you
of those things?
sometimes, if you have a conversation with a lady
Yeah.
and you ask her what are the things you're expecting from a man or in your marriage, you hear a sister will tell you stuff like she needs a man that cook 3 times a week.
Cook.
Yes.
Again?
Yes,
I don't
I've met
understand.
a lot of ladies that say they can't cook every day in a week. They must share it. It must be rational, where they
So
ration cooking, washing of children clothes with the husband, and then those kind of things. And some will say my husband cannot give all the instructions in the marriage. There are things where I'll be
she
in
too
charge. She
should be
must
giving instructions.
instructions. He cannot dictate what she do all the times. These are strong value systems that ladies are building, and then because of peer group, the thing is spreading abroad across sisters. So some of these things are their expectations, and we will know about this feminism. This thing going on now, where women now want to be leaders.
They even want to start proposing
Yes,
to
to men.
guys.
Yes, because I've heard a pastor that told he was speaking in church. He told his members, if you see a man you love, go and propose to him. If because that the testament God gave us in the Old Testament, that he that findeth the wife that is in the Old Testament, you can't trace it in the New Testament. So when you see a man you love, propose. And you see a lot of ladies out there doing it.
So with the awareness of this whole thing in the culture, this disruption in the culture about sisters. So how do you prepare yourself, knowing fully that this culture has impact, is cutting across, not even sparing sisters in church. You see firebrand, just like you call it, honorable sisters, out there serving the Lord, you know, loving the Lord. But when it comes to this issue of submissiveness, willingness to submit to a man, we see that even from the disposition of a lot of sisters today in the church, you just know that they're not really ready to accept that order of God 100%. There are still some spaces in their heart. And that is why you see most times brothers just assume that when I marry, the sister will follow me because she's a firebrand, she's a God loving sister. But usually it turns out that it's not like that. So, you now, how do you prepare your mind to go through this journey of who to marry? Knowing that the culture as it is today, is not producing, when I mean culture, I'm even talking about in the church, is not producing sisters that will learn submissiveness. Because if you look at the church culture today, we are just more about producing fire, come and sing, the word, faith, prosperity, be who you want to be. God is this. will make you, and all of those things. But we don't have active culture of discipleship where we have older women in marriage really culturing the younger ones in the church on how to build homes, how to be a follower to their husband, how to navigate through in the marriage, even when there is disagreement between them, even there's conflict of ideas. How, because I believe there are older women that are happily married, you know, and but that environment is not there. And because most of the sisters are more being cultured by the outside world. So knowing fully of this menace, how how do you prepare yourself now?
All right. And then something that have helped me, for a while, for a very good amount of time, I've not been in any form of relationship at the moment. But then what have helped me,
Yeah.
not to, because I just have a feeling,
Hmm.
or I develop some nimbus for a lady, a nimbus. I will not quickly run out to her just because I have that spark of a feeling for her, because this thing we are talking about has really gone over the world. And one thing I've noticed is that when it comes to picking a wife, because I know what the question you're asking, what I check out for, as I will come back to say, is first, when I see a lady or a sister that I want to do marriage with, I want to do kingdom, I want to do fulfillment with, what comes to my heart is not to go and propose to her at first. And I don't rush the lady because she looks beautiful or have the physical things I've put in ground that I want a lady to have. What I check out for is the ability for her, as I always say, to listen, to look at me as someone that can lead her. And then also, I try to, before even asking her out, before even letting her know that I have a feeling for her, I try my possible best to see how she responds to corrections when I correct her. For instance, maybe as a believer, she still does some things that she's not supposed to do as a child of God. And I say, this thing you are doing is wrong. I look at how she takes corrections. Yes. And then maybe she have friends that are doing some of the things you just mentioned, where they follow the systems of the world in how they should lead a godly home, where a woman will go out for party, leave her children in the house with the husband, and come back early in the morning having hangover. And she says, there's nothing wrong there. If my husband can go out for business trip, I also can go out with my friends to drink.
To have a nice time.
Have a nice time together. And then there's even a lady that was even considering. Yes. And then on her birthday, without my notice, I just saw a post where she was taking dry gin on hot, one little cup. And I was like, this is somebody that I have not even let her know that I have maybe a feeling for something, but I was just trying to watch her. When I talk to her, she's calm. She's not happy. Maybe sometimes she doesn't want me to correct her. But one thing I just love is that she's always quiet. She will listen. And when I'm done, she'll say, thank you. But she'll still go ahead. She's always collective. And when I'm correcting her, she always listens to me very well. She does not talk back at me. But once I'm done, she still goes ahead to do what she wants to do. And then I say, I know I'm not in a relationship, but I've spent resources when it comes to calling you, send you money, just because, yes. Sometimes we feel maybe it's until when you're in a relationship, you can actually be a good friend. And then but why do you take? You say, it's just one shot. And I just took one shot with my friends. I said, that is how to start. But then she was being repulsive concerning my correction. She was trying to create a barricade, not to adhere to my duration. So that has helped me now to know that what I'm looking out for, first, a woman is called to be submissive. And then if you see a lady you love so much and is not ready to be submissive, is a big factor you check out for.
So, but don't you think you can also consider lowering your standard, your expectation of followership?
Okay, if you lower the standard, even when in courtship, when you maybe just starting out a relationship, when you get to the marriage, maybe she'll become the head tomorrow. where you no longer have the boldness to talk to your wife. Because as a pastor's child, I've witnessed where a woman beat her husband black blue, where the man was so she abused the man to an extent where he had to run out from the house with bruises to the church, ran to my dad's office. Because even from courtship, the man is always say the word, he's a bricklayer. I always say she loves him, he loves her. So he does not care if she's taking much of the stand when it comes to certain principles in their home. But they've given birth to about 4 or 5 children, and the woman is a worker in church, a deaconess, and yet he suffers molestation as a man from his wife. It was so much that because of the bruises he sustained, he had to run out from the house. We're not even aware for years of marriage she was actually doing that to the man. But that was so much that time that he had to run out of the house, run to the church and met.
So that means you can't consider lowering your expectation of
you can't shift ground when it comes to followership.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, can you come to like 8 or 7?
Though it has to be 10 over 10. The only time where I will have to bring down is when I discover that my emotions is overriding my discernment. Okay. Most times we men.
So what I'm saying is that now I'm putting it on a general note. Okay. The strength of followership that you need from your wife on a scale of 1 to 10.
Sir, I will say 10. So imagine people coming to marriage not even knowing what they want to do, and they are now shifting from 10% to 7%. So there'll be a lot of chaos in the marriage.
So what I'm saying now is that when you look at the strength of followership, that means if you give 10 instructions or you have 10 expectations, you want her to be able to meet up with the whole 10. You want her to follow the 10 instructions.
Yes, because if...
Wait. You want her to follow the 10 instructions.
Yes, sir.
Wow. That is a big expectation.
Yes, and then why I will say that is because she always have me to help her meet the expectation. The only way I will not make it 10 over 10 is only if I'm not going to be in the picture. But because once we come into marriage, you're no longer
so that means you want your wife to always say yes to you.
No, there must be times she will not say yes because she's
No, but that's where we're going now.
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Yes.
That's why I said on the strength of followership.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
How much of yes do you expect? Now, this is now you are trying to paint what you are expecting from marriage. Yes. Right? Now you're painting 10. You go into the marriage and you might not even get 1 out of 10. So, and sometimes, like I said earlier, it's not the fact that you didn't even get 1 out of 10, but it's the fact that you never expected that you will not get 1. You never expected it. So thank you so much. Let's laugh.